episode of Just Talking, I have some very special ladies here. And they're going to tell you how they're going to impact Glendale Community College.
Hello, my name is Melanie Kasparian, and I'm running to be the VP of Relations for Student Government.
Awesome. And?
I'm Noras Story, and I'm running to be the Vice President of Finance for GCC.
Awesome. And last but not least?
And I'm Noras Story, and I'm running for Vice President of Activity.
Oh, that's awesome. Guys, so we are here today with our future VPs, and they're going to be going through deep details on how they're going to impact campus, what they can do to change campus, and their viewpoints on where we are today. In case you don't know, they're part of the Associated Students, and the Associated Students are a cool organization here on campus we implement programs, implement funding for things for teachers or students and get projects off the ground, and with EOPS, and we have awesome ways we can connect with our students, and so they are the ones that are going to be really changing the way we do things here. So it's very important to understand why they're on the show and why they're here to represent, who they're going to represent, and why are they important to you. So we're going to start off with Melanie, since Melanie's the number one. Tell us your background and your expertise and how you're going to change Glendale Community College.
Okay, well, I'm currently a Senator of Relations, and it's my first semester in AS as a senator. And I'm really lucky that I got placed in Relations, because when I originally applied, it was because I was kind of frustrated with my experience as a student on campus, and I really wanted to be involved more, but more so I just wanted to be more informed about what was going on around our school. Like, I think for me, it was just an issue that I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know about all the awesome opportunities we had, and I felt like I was missing out, and I didn't want to miss out. FOMO. No, I'm just kidding. But so for me, a big thing coming into running for VP was I just wanted to make an impact in terms of keeping students more informed and connected about what's happening on campus. So the official role of the Relations Committee is to serve as a liaison between the student body and the faculty. So I think overall, the committee could be doing more to keep in touch with faculty members. I think a lot of people in like the counseling center, in financial aid, in a lot of other aspects like the multicultural center or EOPS would really appreciate more support from I think just us students as a whole, just so we can inform everyone on campus, especially because we're given this responsibility. I think it needs to be taken to the next level, especially, yes.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Next.
I started out, but this is Anish, by the way. In high school, I wasn't really involved in anything. Like, I looked at the student government in high school, and I was like, oh, okay, they're having fun, whatever. But once I came here, I joined the Scholars Program because a lot of my friends were doing it, and then the president, Shantyu Masekian, just on the first day of the General Assembly, he was like, guys, you have a choice. Like, you can either just come to GCC, do your classes, and go home, or you can, like, make this fun, make this memorable. You know, a lot of people go to UCs, and they're just, like, living it up. So you have the choice to make your experience count here. You don't have to forget about it. You can, like, really, like, do a lot with your life here. So I decided to join a lot of clubs, and I did. And then I came across the poster for students government, and then I decided to join. Why not? Like, let's give it a try. It's just an interview, man.
I might get in, I might not, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just an interview. Like, you can get through this. Anyway, so I got into finance, and then I started, like, really liking what I was doing. I was talking to so many people regarding the campus project support that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks. We got a lot of applications for, like, conferences, events on campus, or just, it was really interesting to see how many people we represent and what we can do for these people, minorities, or just anyone. So that got me really excited, and really I started becoming really passionate, which is, like, really rare for me. So that's why I'm trying to become vice president, because I'm trying to enhance the experience of the students.
Which is very important.
Yeah, of hopefully my future senators.
Of course.
Yeah, so watching Shant work his magic, I was just like, okay, like, I want to do this one day. So well, once the time came, I put my name down, and
Uh-huh.
then things just got really exciting. So
I can see Sean must be a good inspirational or a good role model to you.
definitely,
can
I
see
looked
that.
up to him,
Yeah.
and when I realized that I would want to do this next year, I
Yes.
started paying close attention. I started getting tips from him on how he runs the whole thing with his senators, including me. So yeah, I just
we'll go into deep detail later, of course. So
We're just so
last but not
excited.
least, Nora.
Nora in the house.
Who is she?
So I'm gonna start from my high school experience, because when Anu started talking about hers, it really made me want to talk about mine. My whole entire life, I've been doing one thing, and it's play volleyball. I've played volleyball my whole entire life because of my mom. My mom is a volleyball coach, so it was kind of like I had to play volleyball, and I was not involved in high school, like ASB and anything except volleyball, which was it's kind of still hard for me because so many people here at AS have so many like different experience and being a leader. And I was a captain of the team my senior year of high school, which I think that taught me how to be a good leader and how to be effective on students. So when I entered Glendale College, I still wanted to play volleyball. I was majoring in biology, which I'm not anymore.
Relatable.
Yeah, I started because it's very hard to major in biology and play sports at the same time. Sports are very time consuming, but I had to quit volleyball, which was very, very hard for me. I was kind of in a depression for a good month. And then I wanted the semester to be to end, and I just wanted to be myself, by myself again. And I wanted to quit school. All I wanted to do was play volleyball. So it was very hard time for me. And spring semester started, and I started hanging out with one of my old friends, which I distanced away from her. And she was like, "Nora, you should do student government. I know you can be a good leader." And I still didn't know what a student government was, but I gave it a try. I signed my name online. And to be honest with you, I thought I would not get in ASGCC.
I thought that too. I didn't expect to.
It was I woke up. I couldn't sleep because I was so stressed. I woke up at 7. My appointment. No, I'm sorry. I woke up at 6. My appointment was at 10. Yeah. The whole entire time I was like, "Oh my god, Nora." I'm like, "What am I doing? Am I gonna get in? Why am I going? Why am I wake up? Why did I wake up this early?" But I went, and Sean was actually the one who called me in, and I went there. He interviewed me. Since then, and I was actually in the waiting list. I didn't get NIS. I wasn't the first choice, but I was waitlisted. And honestly, it was the best experience best choice that I've ever made in my life, because it really affected on how I do academic wise and how I grew as an individual. And I want to run for a vice president of activities because I'm a current senator of activities right now. And it's very interesting for me to be involved with students, create an event for them to join and just have fun. I want students of GCC to come to
You want
school.
them to experience that
Exactly.
that same excitement that they feel when you do an activity.
Exactly.
honestly,
I
during
see.
those events, we've met a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the energy is always very contagious when everyone gets together. Even if you don't know anyone at the event, you kind of just end up bonding because there's free food. You bond over free food. There's music.
Of course.
Everyone on our committee, I feel has really great energy, so
Yeah.
it's easy to communicate with others and to connect. So yeah, even for me, because I can be kind of shy sometimes, it takes me a second to jump into a conversation. But through AS, because everyone when you spread kindness and when you come from a genuine place, which I think a lot of our activities committee does, it's just so much fun to get together and be a part of your school.
Circle, you guys just having
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I want students to come to school and be like, "Oh my god, I have class, but at 12:30 activities is throwing an event. I'm gonna go there, get free food. I'm gonna
Yes.
talk to other students." I don't want GCC to be just GCC. I want it to be GCC. You know,
Okay.
So that's my goal. I just want I just want people to experience just happiness. For example, coffee night, all we do is give donuts and coffee.
That's
which
one of
is
my
great,
favorites.
But yeah, it's really great. Something very small which makes students smile.
Yeah.
And that all that matters.
That's
for
all that
me.
matters.
Exactly.
It's that little brief of happiness, that little brief of, oh, they're doing something kind for me today. Like,
Yeah.
that's the impact we're trying to give off here. At least that's what
Definitely.
I'm getting from you.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I feel like the audience knows a little piece about each and every one of you, but I want to go into more questions on the students and aspect of how can they really be changed. And I want to go into STEM because me and Nare had a governance meeting just today on how students are going to be impacted from STEM programs, with SLAM programs being all changed with the new academic system being in place. How do you guys feel about the system as it is now, like in math and English, and how they're going to be changing things up? How do you feel like there's going to be a change, and where do you feel like that you're going to be assisting in that, or if you can assist, or can you get people informed? And
So actually, and yes, in some of the governance meetings, we've talked about, I'm sure you guys have heard of guided pathways. So it's, you know how you go to a counselor, one tells you one thing, the other tells you another. So it's really like they're not on the same page. So the school is working currently on guided pathways, which is like basically putting some grouping majors and then grouping counselors so they know everything that's going on in their field, so they can give the most recent, most related, more information that the student needs on workshops, on scholarships, on I don't know, classes and requirements that the student needs. And that's one of the big things that's happening and will hopefully be implemented very soon.
yeah, and I know for a STEM program, for a STEM degree, you're probably not going to be affected by it because you're already kind of in your higher level courses. There's not really things to worry about. But for future students coming in, they will be impacted by it.
Oh, definitely.
And so for some students that are in the lower tier of it, they could be affected by it too. And I keep bringing this up to my classmates. I'm saying, hey, do you guys know about guided pathways? And they're like, what is a guided pathway? They never heard of it. And so are we going to be encouraging more students to spread the word about that? Or are we going to be more relaxed on it and have, the faculty handle stuff like this? Or
Once the faculty kind of like decides when they want to like spread once they have everything they wanted implemented the perfect way, that's like kind of when we'll start showing it to people, telling people about it, because this is just kind of not just an idea. They're definitely working on this. They've been working on this for some time.
It's in the
but
earlier stages.
Yeah, it's in the earlier stages. So once we're done working on it, we definitely have to share it with everyone, because this is something that could help not us specifically, because this is like a work in progress, but definitely the future students that will be coming in.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And also as like an ASGCC, we are all about, activities, all about like clubs and stuff. But our main goal, like for example, for mine, I know for like students is like grades and like academics is very important. So like we're also like pushing, like we're gonna like give the students all the information that they need to transfer with the high GPA and get out. And also next to that, we want to have like just like help them with activities and stuff.
Of course. So I want to bring up the topic of AS as a whole and the people running AS right now. Where do you see weaknesses in this system, and where do you see the strengths that each individually will bring into improving it? Because I feel like you guys recognize some faults that maybe come in play. I don't know if that is, but if there are, what are they, and how can you fix it?
It's definitely hard, like running a whole committee on your own. So I don't know, it's like watching them, like obviously they're doing a good job, and obviously they can't do everything on their own. So there are a few things that we could work on, and that's probably how, like from a student's point of view or from a senator's point of view, we can definitely see that. And
Yeah, I think for us, it's as judging an organization as a whole is kind of a tricky thing to do, just because there's so many moving parts and functions. But I think for us mainly, we see little faults where we could make the campus a little more inclusive so a lot of people feel like they belong, because as AS, we're kind of supposed to bring everyone together and form that connection. So I think every committee does that in their own special way, where like finance provides all of these organizations with the funds that they need connecting with them. Activities kind of reaches out to the school as a whole. Admin helps with kind of regulating what needs to go on. Relations is kind of like your media master, where we can connect with you through social media or website, which is kind of really important nowadays, especially.
And that's what I like about you three that are running. I see that you guys are all going in places that you're in right now, or you have experience in, and it's something that you can really you have firsthand. Of it, instead of going to an outside person that might have not much experience as you do, and so especially with like relations, we see you guys. I'm in AS as well, so
Surprise.
I'm trying to be non-biased as possible, but you all are in the positions right now, and to see it as VP, it would be an awesome opportunity to see you guys shine. And so you are correct, Melody. I'm sorry. Keep going, though.
Thank you. Oh my God, I don't even know where I left off. I'm so flattered.
Since it's all of our first semester being a senator, we were students first. Before being senators, so we've definitely like seen it through a student's eyes and then a senator's eyes.
And by it being your first semester, do you feel like you have enough experience to do that? I know others might not feel the way. There might be others that might have more experience than you. Or
I understand that, but I think since we wanted to do this, like once we figured out that we really want to do this, we've put so much effort into watching our VPs do what they do and trying to take on extra tasks. So maybe like if I don't know this, that might be a problem. So let me just try to get my feet wet in this area too. So like we've been going to other committees meetings and trying to help each other out, or communicating between committees, not just our own. So that's something we're working on.
Yeah, I think in terms with experience, especially, that you make a really good point. Like I've only been a senator for one semester, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have no experience in student leadership. I'm gonna tell you that. But I do have a lot of experience in other areas of my life. I've kind of picked and choose along the way like what I like, and I've learned my lessons through not only my school, the work I've done, my volunteer work. I think those are all super crucial factors that make someone well-rounded to kind of commit to a leadership position. And I think especially, I can say it's safe. I think it's safe to say, if I can speak, for all three of us and the two ladies running with us, Sharon and Siona, that all of us have done our best to apply ourselves completely to the roles that we've been given.
So let me ask on the behalf, if you girls may speak on Sharon and Siona, what are they like? And what are they running for? And give us an overview, the students, an overview of their values as well.
Okay, so Sharon is running for president. She has been, I can go on and on about her qualifications.
Yeah,
I think she's the most qualified
intense.
of all of us. She's
a VP of this, VP of that.
She was recently in New York with the Model UN. She's a director there. She definitely has the experience that she needs to run an organization.
Yeah, she has been very involved in her school back in Lebanon. That's where she came from, and honestly, I'm so glad that I know her. Like, she is so caring. Like, on the very first day that we met, we automatically became sisters. Like, it was crazy. And Siona Amargusian is running for VP of organizations. She is great at what she does. Honestly,
she's incredible.
She puts all her effort into something. Like, if she signed up for it, she knows that she's going to do it, so she gives her all.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think she's like one of the most organized people I've ever met. I think she's one of the most like inclusive people I've ever met. Like, every time I'm around her, she just makes me feel like I'm a part of what she's doing. Like, and that's really important because she's a senator of activities. But even though she's running for a position that she wasn't originally working in as a senator, because she was a senator of activities for 2 years. But I think based on what she's done in activities, where what I've kind of observed and noticed is that she really does an amazing job of the organization behind things, and also just making people feel comfortable when they come to the events. Like, she's super comforting. She like makes them feel at home when they're at events. And I think especially when you're running organizations, you're dealing with so many different people and like so many special clubs, and each of them have their own needs and wants. And like, as an organization's VP, your job is kind of to like help serve them to the best of your ability, so they can like help serve the rest of the student population. Because the clubs, in my opinion, are like the most important form of student outreach.
Yeah.
And actually, I just most recently, I guess this can be addressed to you all, but I was with the clubs because I'm always near the clubs. I'm in the Sierra Vista building, and so I talked to all of them pretty well. And one night I did this event where I got a few of the clubs, well, a few members that were in clubs together to talk about the campus and students and how they're being affected and all that kind of stuff, and about guided path. It was really about guided pathways. And yeah, I was talking to the student, and I believe she was part of the disability center, and she told me about the program here at Glendale wasn't being treated as better as other schools. And she was telling us that when she came back here, she was hoping things might have changed, and it wasn't. And I feel like as an organization, we reach out to many students, of course, as we always do, but there are some students in particular that are in my class. I see kids all the time for a particular test. They go to the disability center, for help, because that's what they can do. And I don't see that kind of outreach with us. I feel like we're not pulling from each and every group as we should be. Do you feel like, speaking on behalf of them, what will you three, or of course you, as a whole, could you do differently that you see that?
This is actually, once we started campaigning on campus, these kinds of questions came up with a lot of our students, like representing Black people or Latino people, and that's like, they're minorities, but they're a big part of our campus. They do a lot for the campus, the students, and with their clubs, and they're part of us. Like, they're the students. So this actually came up when this is one of Sharon's goals, actually, or hopefully president. She one of the big things that she wants to work on for the next year, if she gets elected, that would be the town hall. So basically, it's like an IOC, not for students, but not for clubs, but for students. Like, she wants to have a place once a month so that students can come and talk to all of our representatives, voice their concerns, their opinions, and their what we're doing good, what we're lacking at, so we can improve these things. Also, we started talking about how we can do this even as senators. So we're gonna find the right place, like the right governance and committees, and try to talk to faculty and see what else we can do for our students.
That's awesome. So this question is going to be addressed to Nare. Since you were an athlete in high school, what are some of the ways that you see that you can impact student athletes on campus and get them more involved in things like this?
Well, one of my plans as a VP of activities is that I want to advertise teams of the Glendale Community College more. For example, during the events that we're hopefully going to have, that I'm going to be organizing next semester, I also want to advertise for like different teams. If they have a game, I want to tell, if we're giving out free food to people, hey, here's a free food, but also volleyball or like football has a game tonight, so make sure to support them. So that's very important for me, because when I was a part of the team, we did have games, and I was like, it's gonna be college, a lot of people are gonna come watch our game, but literally like there would be 2 people watching us play, and it was very sad.
Same.
Yeah, it was very sad, but like I definitely think we're, as students at GCC, we need to support each other. We need to support our teams, athletes. We need to help them, push them, because as an athlete, the energy really affects on how you play a game. If we have a good crowd, then it will help our players to play better and win. And that's what I'm trying to do, advertise them more and help them
show
grow
them more support and all that kind of. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I see the lack of, and I just feel like by you representing the student body and activities, that you can really have a strong say in student government in that process. So wrapping up the interview, we had an interaction with the journalist department. So I hate to not bring it up. I want to bring it up now.
It was a good one.
It was a good one, and she talked about the school implementing newspaper and a new magazine. And I don't think you guys really you guys have a say in everything, but I mean, what are some of the ways that more students can start implementing projects like that? I know one of you guys said clubs are a good way. I want to advertise clubs and all that kind of stuff. What are some ways they can really make an impact without joining like AS or anything like that? How can they help contribute to making the school better along with your aid?
Like the professor mentioned when we just saw her, she said that they take contributers, which doesn't just mean associated students. It means everyone on campus. Yeah. So honestly, if a student cares about, I don't know, if they're trying to find a club that's that they're interested in or a topic they want to talk about, there's always a platform for them. They just need to find it. And I think I really do encourage all of our students to either talk to a counselor about what they're looking for or a student